in the last year of my physical education, our teachers gave up on us, so we just started doing TikTok dances. I did the renegade for a grade.
How high did you score?
I think I got a good grade. It was a decent B. You know, we did TikTok dances, we did walks.
You got a B for walking.
Okay, there was a max that you can give somebody for walking, okay? Welcome back to Nonsensealot with me, Catherine.
And me, Lily.
Oh, you need to be funnier.
Oh.
I need to start off, I've got to do an apology to you. Apparently omega particles don't exist. I was thinking of gamma ones. My point still stands, but
But it's not particles, it's gamma rays.
STEM students are highly disappointed in me. I think in like the case of a police lineup, right? I would laugh at the police officers' jokes if they had made any. You know?
Do they usually make jokes in that?
I don't know,
scenario?
but I've seen too much Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I'm like, there they started playing I Want It That Way. And like, we used to do that in my like PE locker room. Us, like a chorus of semi-pubescent girls
Semi-pubescent.
were like in harmony, as harmonious as you can get, right? Singing I Want It That Way at the top of our lungs.
Mm-hmm.
And like whatever PE teacher was around had to come in and be like, there is an exam going on next to you, girls. What you doing? Why are you singing?
Every time you were singing, there was an exam next door.
Well, sometimes. But like other times they'd be like, you know, you're disturbing the peace. Like this is a fucking protest or something. You know? It's not really a protest, it's just the Backstreet Boys, right?
Very important.
Extremely important. I think it was a miscarriage of justice.
No abortions in this house.
What are you? Do you just think whenever someone says like the miscarriage of justice, you think of abortions?
Well, one could say that the overturning of Roe v. Wade was a miscarriage of justice.
I like reality TV a bit too much.
Yes.
But like, that's the thing where you support the women's rights, but you also support the women's wrongs, because they make entertaining television. But you recognise that these are not a genuine kind of like characterisation of these women. It's manipulated by editing. But I will say, I do support a lot of villains on reality TV.
All I'm hearing is you're addicted to TV.
I am. I'm honest about that fact. You know? I think
Chronically online.
I am, you know?
Yeah.
I am chronically online. That's why I think I'd be very good in marketing.
Are you putting that on your next job application for
I'm
marketing
putting
position?
on my like cover letter, you know?
I am chronically online.
I think I'd be very... Okay, wait, no. I'll phrase it like this, right?
Yes.
I think I'd be very good in your company in the marketing position because I'm very hip with the kids. I'm down in Ohio. I'm very skibbity toilet, you know? I'm able to riz any potential kind of like customer.
Of course.
And I think I can look max my way to the top, you know?
Fantastic.
How do you think you'd perform in a reality TV show?
I think I'm not crazy enough.
So you don't think you'd do well?
No.
So say, okay, you're in like the reality TV show of the Hunger Games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could you survive?
No, I don't think so.
You think you'd be voted out by the viewers?
I'm just like weak.
You're weak.
I was chatting with my mother today and she said she didn't think I could lift 50 pounds.
I don't think you can either. I don't. Yeah, I think your stick arms would like snap. You know, under the force of that weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I do well. I think it's a 50-50, you know?
In the Hunger Games.
In the Hunger Games version. Because I just hide. So it'd be like...
You'd be like Peter.
Yeah, it'd be whether I starved or not.
The thing is, do you have the skills to hide?
I think I do.
That's the thing is, like,
I think I'd
don't
be
think
sneaky.
I don't think I can learn the skills to do the things that they do in the Hunger Games.
But I'm saying like a Hunger Games reality TV show. So you're in Big Brother, but if you get voted out, they shoot you outside. Which is what they probably do anyway.
Wait, I'm so confused. You weren't talking about the actual Hunger Games?
I wasn't talking about the actual Hunger Games.
Like, something like I'm a Celeb.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you get voted out by the viewers, they shoot you in the back. You know? But
So
okay,
it's
like, you don't think you'd survive the actual Hunger Games?
No.
How do you think you'd go out?
Oh, I'd be, like, running towards the cornucopia, but I would be insanely slow compared to the other people. Someone would get, like, a gun, turn on me, shoot me immediately, and I'm out.
Yeah. No, here's my better question. This is a British Hunger Games where they're recruiting university students because they think we're too much of a burden on society.
University challenge is too nice.
Yeah. Instead, you got the threat of death if you answer a question wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's my question. Who's the presenter for this? I like the idea of Gemma Collins sending me to my death.
She gets really stressed out in high, like...
That's true, you know? She might be too claustrophobic,
Yeah.
right? Who else could it be?
Rishi Sunak.
Rishi Sunak's no, he'd be like the President Snow of this situation, you know? He's deemed university students so useless that they need to compete with their intelligence for their lives.
Okay, so you're talking about who would be, like, lucky.
Yeah.
Graham Norton.
True. It could be Graham Norton.
Or Stephen Fry.
Well, no, I think he'd, like, protest it, so he wouldn't be on there, you know? Who wouldn't protest it? That's my question. I imagine Gordon Ramsay is the presenter. You fucking idiots, you can't answer a bloody question. What is this?
I think Gordon Ramsay would be, like, a trainer.
Oh, he'd be like a mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the presenter would have to be someone who is both charismatic and slightly evil.
Alison Hammond.
Alison Hammond is so nice.
She's very nice, but I have a feeling she'd, like, thrive in the role. I feel like she's secretly, like, got a dark side that would make her, like, prime for this. You know? Trisha Paytas. I know she's not a British, like, figure, but I feel like they'd import her for this. So, okay. The University Challenge Hunger Games, you got Trisha Paytas as your, like, guide.
Right.
Gordon Ramsay is your mentor.
Right.
Do you survive?
I think with Gordon Ramsay I would.
You think?
I think he'd train me up properly. I could at least make food, like forage and make food. Because
Yeah.
I currently don't know how to do that.
Oh, yeah, you don't. I forgot you don't know how to cook.
Do you think you could do it without Gordon Ramsay's help?
I think it depends on the mentor I get. I think there's some mentors that I'd like Bear Grylls. Imagine if Bear Grylls is my mentor. So I think with Bear Grylls I could survive.
Did you ever get the desire to do that, like, overnight IKEA trend?
Ah, so did. I so did. I love a good IKEA trip, honestly. You know, for me, IKEA is like the prime shopping experience.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's what companies should aspire to.
Every company should become an IKEA.
Every company should be an IKEA. When I want to go out and get my groceries, right, I want to have to go through a maze.
My conspiracy is that the IKEA meatballs have, like, cocaine in them or something.
They are lovely. We need to go to IKEA.
Yeah.
The first time I had a fizzy drink when I was a kid was in IKEA. My granddad gave it to me, right? I didn't know, like, fizzy drinks existed. So my granddad, we were in the Moscow IKEA at the time, right?
Right.
Specifically the one in Miega.
I always went to the one in Himki.
But anyway, we were in that one, and he's like, do you want to try my Coke? And I was like, sure, because I'm a kid. And then the bubbles didn't agree with me. My mouth felt like it was burning. I was just, like, crying my eyes out, you know?
Would you say an IKEA Coke would kill a small Victorian child?
It would. I'm the proof of that. I started, like, crying. I was like, what the fuck is going on? What is this? Why do you drink it?
Are
know?
you saying then, before you went to IKEA, you were a small Victorian child? You were like the chimney sweeps in Mary Poppins.
Yes, I was.
And you had the whole Dick Van Dyke Cockney accent like your dad.
Sir, could I try your caffeinated beverage, please?
Yeah.
I don't know how they speak in that film. I started, like, crying, right? Like, bawling my eyes out. And my granddad, bless his soul, you know, he was so, like, remorseful about this that he ended up buying me, like, whatever plush I wanted.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That was a good trick on your part.
I swore off energy drinks until I was on a flight.
You got an energy drink on a flight?
I got a Coke.
Okay. You're the one mixing up words here.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean a caffeinated beverage. I quit both until I had a caffeinated beverage, like, ages later. But I'm talking about fizzy drinks here, right? They're the same in my head.
Carbonated beverages.
Carbonated, that's the word, right?
It's like omega particles.
I need to remember how to speak, unfortunately. I think that's important for a podcast, ultimately. Being able to speak as such, you know? Good, we got that sorted. You see, it's so easy when you have the power of communication behind you, you know?
Is that what this podcast is about? The power of communication?
Absolutely about the power of communication. What else would it be about?
I'm not sure.
That's why we called it Nonsensealot, because it's not about anything, but it's about everything. It's like art. God, fucking damn it. No, my lecturer doesn't understand my accent, which is a bit poor, but like after my like initial statement last episode, I can't really say anything. You know, I already said that the Essex accent reverberating through history is a miscarriage of justice, right? And thus, I can't really say anything about him not understanding what I say, you know?
Mm-hmm. I think it should have been an abortion.
I genuinely have, like, harbour resentment towards golfers because of my job, because of my employment, you know? And they are the ones that have given me all of the money that I currently have to do my degree. But they're also, I want them to get eaten by muntjacs.
By what now?
Muntjacs.
What is a muntjac?
They're like a little deer, right? And for some reason, like, at the golf course I work at, they're, like, everywhere, right? Like, to the point that they tell some of my co-workers not to, like, walk out at night or they're going to get attacked by muntjacs, but the golfers never do. The golfers never get attacked by the muntjacs, right?
Are they carnivores?
I don't think so, but I think they will attack you. I'm not saying they'll eat you. I said they're going to attack you, right? But I just sometimes...
Like that scene from Jurassic Park with the velociraptors?
Yeah, it's like when, like, one golfer orders, like, 10 San Miguels, but he wants them all at once. And then I'm like, just go out there, go to, like, the horde of muntjacs and attack a little baby one so the mother, like, fully rams into you, mate. Because that's what I need right now for my mental health.
Yeah.
Either that or a tip, right? But then they never bloody tip.
I think it's really interesting that golfers are impatient considering they play one of the slowest games in
That
existence.
is so true. They are weirdly impatient, right? Okay, I should say, I'm generalizing golfers. A lot of my customers are lovely, lovely old men who tip me, right? But
She's saying that so she doesn't lose her job.
don't say that. I don't want to lose my job. But I'm just saying, I love a lot of our guests. They are normally very nice people, but sometimes you get the old man who has just decided you want, like, he fucking rules the place. He's like, oh, I know your boss. I'm like, of course you do. My boss also plays the golf. He plays the golf with the rest of you.
The golf.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. For them, it's a lifestyle. You have to understand, for golfers, they're paying $1,000 a year for a course, right?
Woo.
Yeah, I know. You got $1,000 to buy access to this golf course for the year, right? Plus, you've got to get the clothing for it because they all have, like, this individual sense of style, right? And then you've got to buy the clubs that are expensive.
Yeah.
You've got to buy whatever the clubs are held in. You've got to go buy the balls. You've got to buy the putts, whatever. I don't play golf, so I don't know this, right? But, like, it's an expensive sport, and it's so expensive. Normally, the men who play it make it their personality because they've done an investment on it. They've done an investment on their personality. I've been meaning to ask you this question.
Right.
If the moon is made out of cheese, what cheese is the moon made out of?
I think it's goat cheese.
You think it's goat cheese?
I like me a good goat cheese.
I like to think it's a good camembert.
I don't even know what that means.
Interesting.
Like, I can't visualize a camembert in my mind.
It's got like a white outside, a gooey inside.
Is it kind of like brie?
Yeah. Like a brie camembert type thing.
I was kind of thinking of brie, but I almost think the outside is too smooth.
But I think, like, it would be a really sick album cover to have, like, the moon cut open and it's like a gooey cheese and it starts, like...
But, like, goat cheese can be a gooey cheese if
That's
you warm it
true.
up. I love me a good goat cheese.
You love your good goat cheese.
Yeah.
Where'd you get the goats for the cheese?
I don't know. I get it from all the times I kid around.
Ah.
That was hilarious. And it took so much intellectual work, too.
Oh, did it?
Come on, because a kid is a baby
Yeah,
goat.
I know, I
and then-
understand.
I think you're choosing to not understand.
Me?
Society.
Ah. We live in a society.
Yeah.
Didn't Thatcher say that?
Did she? I thought it was from the Joker meme.
Might be.
Iron Lady.
Look it up. No, she said there is no such thing as a society. So she's not in one, she's outside of one.
She doesn't live in a society.
She doesn't.
We live in a society.
We do.
What was your school lunch?
Depended. It was an international school, so we had like curry one day. My favourite thing is they did Herbie diced potatoes on a Wednesday.
Say that again?
Herbie diced potatoes.
Herbie.
Yeah. Like with herbs on them.
Deranged
You know?
children.
But anyway, no, I just liked them because they were fried. You know, they were little fried potatoes, but we did like fish and chips. On Friday, we had pizza every day as an option. We had quiche. I don't know why we had quiche. It was always too expensive for anyone to buy. But, like, I hate Jamie Oliver. I hate Jamie Oliver with a fucking passion. That man, right? That man took away the fun of school dinners, right? He took away because he was like, we got to have kids eating healthy now, right? So then instead of like a decent, I don't know, just like pizza and chips, and we still had that but less of it, right? Mm-hmm. But instead of that, which is cheap, it was cheap, right? He was like, oh, everyone should have salads. I'm not going to have a salad when it's £4. I'm not going to have a salad when it costs £4 in school, you know?
I think that's just a reflection of the greater ultra-processed food system. Healthier food costs more, so you're incentivized to buy unhealthy food. We're going to end up like the people in WALL-E.
I'm fine with that. They looked comfortable. No, genuinely, fuck Jamie Oliver. Fuck Jamie Oliver. Because what has he done other than give me fucking £4 salads? Jamie Oliver and Gordon Ramsay, which one could you take on in a fight?
I thought you were going to propose, like, in a sumo wrestling competition, which one would win?
Okay, in a sumo wrestling one, which would win?
Gordon Ramsay.
Why?
I mean, look at him. He, like, works out. I don't know.
That would, like, help you survive on the Hunger Games, university style.
Mm.
You know? Gordon Ramsay, your mentor, would tell you to say that.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
But, like, okay. Jamie Oliver.
He's personally victimized you.
He's personally victimized me. This is a public thing. Jamie Oliver, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
You want him to listen to the podcast?
I'm coming for you, and I'm asking for your signature because I mean no violence and I'm a pacifist at the end of the day. Unless I'm put in a situation where either I die or I have to fight somebody. No, I've been losing my mind in the library for the last hour. And the thing about me when I lose my mind, right, is it's normally over an academic problem, which is probably very easily solvable. But it's also, I had like a room booked out for myself just because I knew I'd go insane over this, right? So I was pacing around, talking to myself. They probably thought I was like mentally ill.
You were preparing for the padded room in the psych ward.
I was, right? I felt like my arms were like in a straitjacket. I'm pacing around talking about stuff that really doesn't matter in wider society. Like I'm discussing a film that no one's seen realistically.
But I think that's the academic experience.
I know it's the academic experience, but I feel like a mad woman there, right? I feel like I'm going to be like put in a mental asylum for hysteria. I started skipping because I genuinely thought it would like give me some new ideas.
I had a family friend tell me, like, if I forgot something, you should jump up and down and it'll like come up to your head.
I don't know. I feel like walking around will help me. I know it won't, but like I always think there's going to be some divine academic inspiration out there. Like if I keep walking around, I'm finally going to like find that key that will solve the entire essay, and then I find another piece of information and I've just got more questions than I have answers, so I have to walk around more. It's my only place to get like steps in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of counterintuitive because I feel like academics are known for sitting in a little office and never going outside.
Well, we don't know what they do in the office.
No.
It's like another dimension, you know? I don't know if I'm going to get divine inspiration, but I also don't like that for an essay I'm relying on divine inspiration to try carry me to the end, to carry me to a pass mark.
I think that's what all students do. You know, like, I feel like there's been the growth of atheism. But when net essays due...
When it's due, you get on your knees.
We all turn to the good Lord. I'd like to say thank you to my father for the fantastic podcast name.
True. I'd like to say thank you to your father as well, because we asked my father what he thinks the podcast should be named.
Yes.
And he said, I just pissed my pants as the name, because he said it was attention grabbing.
It was a close runner-up.
It was very close. You know, we had the kitchen table, we had yapping time, but we eventually went with your dad's suggestion to make you the favourite child.
Nonsensealot.
Yes. And thank you to the Nation of Essex, where I get all my jokes from because I'm from there. Thank you to Las Vegas, because the fact that I'm from there is laughable in and of itself. I think every time you hear the echo, you can just imagine I'm like pacing around the room, you know?
Are you not?
I am. You can't prove I'm not.
No.
You can't prove a lot of things. I think that's the fault of our kind of like current society. You can't prove a lot of things, right?
What things are you wanting to prove? That you're innocent?
Whether there's a rabbit on the moon.
The glove didn't fit. You know, there are these giant hares in Helsinki.
Yeah.
That are like the size of small dogs.
Ooh.
And my mother is genuinely afraid of them. She thought she'd be attacked by one.
How would they attack her? Like tentacles?
Hares.
But like, what the fuck? How do the hares attack you?
You know what a hare is?
Like that?
Like a rabbit, you idiot. Just to clarify, she pointed to the strands on her head. Anyways, I think that hare is on the moon.
You think that hare's on the moon?
Like, they're so powerful, the Finnish hares, that they would actually build SpaceX, go up to the moon, and live there without, like, humans knowing.
Yeah.
Like, they've conquered the moon and we just don't know. That's why it's, like, a grayish color.
Yeah.
Because of the rabbits.
Mm.